Howdy, friends and floor heads. Wow, this is a world record. 6 months between episode 1 and episode 2. The amount of karma and bad luck and just calamities hit us left and right. And we had finally got this plan good to go. We've got a new player to substitute a player that we lost. And then we get a message on the Discord from Jason. Yeah, so a tree just fell and we have no power. But power came back. So the curse is broken. So very, very quickly, we've got everybody back. We've got Jason, who is the writer and creator of Babies and Broadswords. We've got Maeve, which you have seen on the channel before. We've also got Donald, who you've seen on the channel before. But most importantly, we have Lee. So Lee, for the very few people watching that may not know who you are, where would they know you from?
I'm Lee Baldwin. I am the DM of Abstract Adventures, a podcast where we make up everything on the spot and talk about shopping a lot. Not even shopping sometimes, just talking about shopping.
We talk about talking about shopping.
It is the most non-murder hobo D&D game I've ever
I would say so. The coziest D&D.
It's the coziest D&D session we've ever
that's
listened
amazing.
to. Yeah,
that's amazing. Jason, the stage is yours.
Hello. I have to warm up my flailing arms because I'm going to be doing a lot of that tonight. Hello out there, folks, and it is so nice of you to join us. My name is Jason, as Greg said. I am the creative director over at Even Footing Games, the company that puts out the game that we're playing tonight, Babies and Broadswords. We are going to be continuing a session that we started 6 months ago. Luckily, I went and listened to it today, so I've reminded myself where we all were. So how about just a quick reminder what's going on. So our gang of miscreant toddlers here were hired by a bigger kid to hunt down a magical artifact somewhere in the rich kids' toy section of the orphanage. The game takes place in Lady Chastity's home for unwanted children and other errors in judgment. It's an orphanage full of monsters. They faced down some dark hallways and a couple of sleepy dogs, got into some hijinks here and there, and eventually found their way to the toy closet of the rich kids section of the orphanage. Place where all of the toys were kept. Bryson, one of our players, Craig's character, sacrificed himself to cause a distraction so that the other kids could scope out the toy closet where this powerful artifact was supposed to be located. And in the process, they noticed a very intricate dollhouse with what seemed to be a little girl waving at them from the windows. As they got closer to the dollhouse, the room seemed to be expanding as they seemed to be shrinking. And that's where we left things. So, I believe it was Bryson, you were being dragged down the hallway right now.
Mm-hmm.
Belch and Brat and your friend Wayne are being shrunken down. Belch and Brat, the room is getting bigger and bigger, and you are feeling yourself being pulled towards the dollhouse. The little girl who was waving from the window, you now see that she wasn't waving, she was warning you off. It wasn't a, hi, how you doing? It was, get the hell away. And the dollhouse door opens, and you two find yourselves, all of a sudden, about 4 inches high, standing on the front porch of this dollhouse with the door wide open.
Belch is gonna look around, and then he's gonna look at, or they're gonna look at Brat, and they're gonna say, hey, Brat, are we little kids now? Is that what happened?
I think so. Um,
Well,
yeah, but then there's an open door, which means there's probably adventure behind it. But it's not polite to go into somebody's room without asking.
that's true.
And Brat
But
walks through the door.
those dolls look really scary. So now that they're gigantic, they're super scary. So I'm gonna go with you.
Okay.
Yeah, from behind you, as you're looking at the everything is massive,
Mm-hmm.
but everything looks the right size inside this little house.
Wayne, see if you can find Bryce.
Wayne, you don't see Wayne, but what you do see is a doll standing next to you that looks an awful lot like Wayne, but it's got articulated arms and legs. It's probably got kung fu action grip. Wayne, it seems, has turned into a GI Joe. He's completely plastic, and he's just vacantly staring.
That's not fantastic.
No. But he's probably not going to be much help here.
Yeah.
Belch will walk in. Is the floor of this dollhouse like, is it like a faux wood floor, or is it carpet, or what's going on in this dollhouse?
It is, as you walk into the dollhouse, it feels strangely familiar. Everything has the sense of being a little flimsier than you would expect, so it definitely feels like you're walking on what you would think a dollhouse floor would feel like. But your surroundings seem recognizable to some extent. Like you've been here before, maybe.
Belch will look over at Broad again and be like, this is real weird. Where is the girl? She can tell us what's going on, right?
Yeah, I don't think this is the timeout room, is it?
No.
Okay.
No, that room has a lot more graffiti.
That's true.
I know, I did like half of it.
Oh, okay.
With
you draw really well then.
Yeah, I'm very good at earwax sculptures and drawings. But
it's important to pick your
you
medium.
have to have the right medium. You have to have the right medium.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is not the place for graffiti. So and they'll call up and they'll just be like, hey, girl who was waving at us, are you in here?
Bryson, you're being dragged down the hallway. Your little hand is in Jerry's big hand, and he's asking you, just where'd you come from? Who are you? Trying to get your name out of you. And you get the sense that the more questions that you are unable to answer, the more concerned he's getting. So, little guy, what were you doing just wandering around by yourself, huh?
So I told you my name is Bryson.
Yeah,
But
Bryson.
all my friends call me Wet Pants. So what I was wondering is, where's the bathroom?
Wet Pants. Okay. So you don't know where the potty is.
I don't know where the potty is.
But you live in this section of the orphanage?
I get confused.
Okay. You get confused.
Especially when my eyes are turning yellow.
Your eyes are... Oh, because you're okay.
I'm
That's
full
cute.
of pee.
You're full of pee, right? Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay, Bryson, we need to get you to the potty.
Soon.
Soon?
Soon.
Is this a wet pants situation, Bryson? Oh, are you doing the dance? All right. I don't know. I mean, I know you need to get to the potty, but I really don't. I'm not supposed to have random kids wandering around this section of the
You could
orphanage.
stand out the door, but you want to hurry.
Give me a guile roll.
All right, so my guile is 2. I'm rolling a d6. Can we quickly,
Sure,
Jason, talk about the mechanics here? What's happening?
Sure. The mechanics of the game, very, very simple. There are 3 major stats that every character has: your adventurousness, your precociousness, and your cuteness. You can think of them as your physical, your mental, and your charm. And from those 3 stats, for each of those 3 stats, there are 3 subsequent stats that fit into it. So for adventurousness, we've broken that down further into muscly, beefy, and nimble. So your strength, your hardiness, and your speed. For precociousness, in this case, you would have guile, your ability to trick people. Craftiness, your knowledge of your whereabouts, and braininess, how smart you are. And then finally, cuteness breaks down to adorable, cool, and nosy. Your big 3 stats also pertain to your misfortune max. This is how much damage of each type you can take. Those are your grumps, your tummy aches, and your ouchies. So when you start to take damage or get into situations that are uncomfortable, whatever the case may be, you'll lose one of those types of points, whether it's a physical ouchie or an uncomfortable grump, or a tummy ache because you put something in your mouth that you probably shouldn't have put in your mouth. So I am asking Craig to make a guile roll right now to see if he can trick Nurse Jerry into taking him to the potty when Nurse Jerry really feels like he needs to take him to the head nurse. So what'd you get?
I rolled a 6 with my 2 guile. That put me in an 8, Jason. What does that mean?
All right. Well, that means in this case, normally when the kids try to do a task, we have a success grid that they're going. They're trying to beat a number depending on the difficulty of the task. When it comes to interacting with other characters, everything is a contested roll. So I'm going to roll for Jerry's guile, and if you outsmarted me, basically, he'll take you to the bathroom. Otherwise, you're just going to have to hold it to get to the nurse's office. Does Bryson really need to pee?
Ooh, no. Bryson does not really need to be.
Okay. He looks you up and down and he's like, I think you can hold it, big guy.
Okay.
And he's going to continue pulling you down the hallway towards the head nurse's office. He stops for a moment and knocks a couple times at a door that says, well, you don't know what it says because you can't read. But if you could, it would say Head Nurse Lich. He knocks a couple times, and there's a voice, Agta. He opens the door, and seated behind a desk is... You don't know what a corpse looks like? But if you did, you would think one of them was sitting behind this desk filling out paperwork right now. This is the oldest person you've ever seen in your life. You swear she's got cobwebs just instead of hair. Like she's ancient. Every time she writes another line with her pen, you think you can hear like her skin cracking. She's absolutely terrifying. Just the sight of her makes you so upset that I'm going to need you to make me just a straight up grumps roll.
Okay.
So this will be a precociousness roll.
Right.
So while he's rolling that, I just have to ask, did the paperwork literally bore her to death?
Nice. Oh, that's not good.
what
I've got a 2 in precociousness plus a 2 that I rolled. That's a 4.
You are going to take 4 grumps
Oh, so is it? I'm at 4
Ooh.
of 4 grumps. What does that mean?
So you hit your max?
Ooh.
I'm at 4
Yep.
of 4.
Okay. The sight of the head nurse terrifies Bryson so much that you just start bawling uncontrollably. You squint up your eyes so you can't see anything, and you're just inconsolably crying. And what I'm going to need, Craig, since you hit your misfortune max, you're going to need to step aside from the table for the next 5 minutes.
Got it.
You're on timeout. So we will see you back here at 9:34.
Got it. I'll set a timer on my phone. This is amazing.
All right. 5-minute timeout. Just for the folks at home, what just happened, since this is a game about toddlers and it's a game that you can usually play with your kids, we don't kill off any babies. What happens is if you hit one of your misfortune maxes, you have hit what you can handle, and you got to go on a timeout. That means the baby just has to do with whatever happens, and the player has to leave the room. They have to go physically away for 5 minutes. When we play with grown-ups, this is usually when you go get another beer. When we play with kids, this is usually when mom has to talk them down. It's just a game. You can come back in a couple minutes. But Craig's on timeout. All right. Well, that's a good time to jump back to the house. Lee,
Yes.
upstairs. A young girl has been standing at the window. She is about just a little shy of 10. So she'd be one of the bigger kids in the orphanage. What does this young girl look like?
She is a young furbolg. She has like pretty tattered clothes and like a piece together. It looks like some bits that she stole from like the nurse's aprons closet and stuff like that. She has really matted brown hair that has mushrooms growing out of the top of her head and coming out of her ears, and kind of just patches on her skin, it seems like. So a bright red against the brown and the sort of greenish tint to her skin.
Okay. And what's her name?
Her name is Daybella.
Her name is Daybella. You have stood in the window of this dollhouse that you have been in for an undisclosed amount of time. Just in time to see 3 kids walk towards the house. You've frantically tried to wave them away. Go away, but they didn't listen. And now you hear tiny voices yelling from downstairs of the house.
Okay.
Make me a nosy roll.
Nosy. That's gonna be great. A 5.
Okay, so you hear these voices and you just go right out the room. You've got 2 new friends to deal with.
Oh yeah, so Daybella turns away from the window and hears the people downstairs, and she just like runs towards the stairs. Stomp.
Brought and Belcher downstairs, and you hear something running down the stairs. The way the room is set up, it's a big hall that branches off into a few rooms off to the side, and there is a big staircase in the middle, and then it kind of wraps around up to the second floor. So you're hearing the thumping come from the stairwell that you can't see yet, on the off to the side above you. That's going to swoop around and then come down. And after a few seconds, you see this big kid. She seems to be covered in mushrooms.
Amazing.
You don't know if they're part of her, or she just hasn't taken a bath in a long time. Could be either or. and she kind of stands at the top of the stairs and just looks disappointedly at the two of you with her little pudgy mushroom hands on her little pudgy fists.
Belch has their tattered stuffy out, and they're kind of holding it like to them, like, oh, this one's bigger than me. I don't know that I like this, because Belch is very tall and skinny, like for a 3-year-old. Not super formidable, just tall and skinny. And he has his stuffy, or they have their stuffy, and they're looking at Brat like, you're gonna save us, right?
She's tall.
I told you guys to wait. I said don't go.
Oh, so
Don't,
that's don't go.
don't go.
Oh, okay, yeah. So okay, right. So 1 is high, 2 is no.
That's a don't.
Sorry.
Oh God.
Sometimes
We
I get really
followed
excited when
Wayne.
it's high.
We followed Wayne, but now Wayne's a GI Joe. He was a PI Joe. Now he's a GI Joe.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
No, he was a PI Joe, then he was a no-show Joe,
Yeah.
and he was a GI
Now he's
Joe.
a GI Joe. Yeah.
So yeah, now he's plastic, and we don't know what we're gonna do. And our friend Bryson is missing, and I think
Okay.
Belch just sits down on the floor in a cloud of like, just whatever is coming
Can I
off
come
of
up
Belch
there
at the
with
time,
you?
and starts crying.
Can I come up
Oh.
there with you? It's about to get smelly down here.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Do I know if there's anything on the stairs? Like I've been in here for a while, right?
Mm-hmm. What do you mean on the stairs?
Like, am I gonna step on a thumbtack or something? Like, is there a
Oh,
weird creaky step
are
or
there any
something?
weird creaky steps on the stairs?
Yeah.
No, there's nothing weird and creaky about the steps.
Okay.
Like adjacent floor.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I mean,
then she's just she starts running down the stairs. She's like, "No, it's okay.
okay.
Don't cry. It's gonna be okay."
If
I
you
mean,
make
there
it
was
within
nothing-
5 feet of Belch, the smell takes some getting used to.
Oh,
I warned you.
okay.
And indeed, there is a large stream of snot now running down their nose.
Can my mushroom cloud protect me?
Belton did. Ooh, this is the
A
beginning of the
contested
infections
roll.
here. Yeah, this is a contested roll.
You've entered a PvP zone.
You really have. Belch, the power of your smell is good. I'm going to consider that. Ooh, it's almost pungently offensive. It is. Yeah,
The
it's
opposite of cuteness.
yeah. I'm trying to think what I want you to roll on this one. These are going to both be beefy rolls. Is the strength of your smell stronger than the strength of Dave Bella's ability to block out?
So
My
I'm gonna
mushroom smell.
I'm gonna head up the stairs and so I can still see what's going on, but
Like-
trying to get above because I know Belch, so
The
I know how this
cloud.
works.
So,
Sorry, do I roll anything?
yeah, you're going to roll a beefy roll as well.
I rolled an 8.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's like my worst stat. That's another 5. So...
You're going to take 2 tummy aches on that one. It is.
Oh.
It's like hitting a wall. Like
Oh.
it literally stops you in your track for a moment. Brat, you ran upstairs?
So like I said, if I can go all the way up the stairs and still see down here, that's good. If I can't, then I'll stop once I get to the point where I have trouble seeing.
Okay. So you kind of stop on that landing where you
Yeah.
can look down and still see everyone. Give me a nosy roll and give yourself a +1 to it because of your vantage point.
Daybell is still trying to pat your shoulders, like,
Yeah.
what's your name?
Oh, that's
You grossed out fungus girl.
So I got a 7 total.
Okay. where you are, Brat, not only do you see, well, no, you're above the bat air, which is right off the bat. That's where you want to be. But you're in just the right spot to see a couple of antennae reach from the kind of waver their way over the landing of the second floor. They're like quivering, and you hear as many legs seem to maybe hop from behind the landing, and maybe they're working their way towards the stairs.
New girl. I heard legs.
Yeah.
I heard legs.
Legs?
Yeah.
Have I seen anything in this place besides me?
Give me a crafty roll.
That's my bonus too. It's my best roll. So that's a 12.
Oh, wow.
You've been here for as far as you can think, as far as you've been able to count, for at least a couple of months at this point. And you've noticed two weird things. Well, you've noticed a lot of weird things, but here what definitely pertains to this. Other kids have come into the house, and the majority of them turn into dolls. And you've just kind of moved them off to other rooms because they creep you out. Sometimes bugs get in the house, and they don't change size.
Oh no. How many legs? How many legs did you hear?
Wait. 1, 2, lots.
Lots of legs. Oh, that's not good. That's the least ideal amount of legs.
Donnie, from right from where you are, kind of towards the floor of the second floor, coming around the corner where you can see that starting to come down that stairwell that curves around towards you. You see those two antennae again, twitching, and this flat brown bullet shape.
Knew it was going to be one.
Kind of segments itself and starts to come on down, and the chittering sound gets louder as you know what a roach looks like. You live in a crappy orphanage, but what you don't like so much is when they're the size of small dogs, and that's what's coming down the stairs towards you right now.
Okay. Yeah, so I can count to antennae.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's one body, two antennae, lots of legs. Belch,
legs?
really big snack as I'm heading back down the
Belch will instantly stand up, brightened up, and be like, "What'd you get me?"
and I just got
At the
to point.
at the top of the stairs where Brat very recently was. Many legs. Golden brown carapace, antenna quivering, and hungry little mandible jaws. It's about the size of a boxer. It's a cockroach, which normally Belch you have no problem with because it's protein. But how do you feel about one that's this big?
Actually, you see something happen, Brat, with Belch that you've never seen before. Their eyes narrow down, and you see them just get like a little death grip on their stuffy, and they're like, "I hate those guys. They always eat my porridge." And Belch is barreling up the stairs.
I think we're in combat. All right.
Get
Everybody roll me a d6.
Ooh, oops.
Tell me what you rolled.
I got a 3. 3.
3 for Daybella.
3 for
I got
Brat.
a 1.
3 for Brat. How did Belch do?
1.
I'm gonna need Daybella and Brat to give me a rock, paper, scissors to break that tie.
Oh, this never goes well on stream. We'll
Of
try.
course not, but I'm gonna insist on it every time.
Right?
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay,
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Paper, go.
One
1,
more time.
2,
2,
3,
3,
shoot.
shoot.
Rock, paper.
Sorry.
Okay.
Paper beats
Yeah.
rock. All right,
Alright,
let's
you go
go.
first.
All right. Bryson, you have come out of your crying fit. Jerry has kind of been empathetically rubbing your shoulders. He's like, I know. He just kind of, I know, buddy. I know. She scares me too. It's okay. It's okay.
So, if it's okay, Jason, as I'm coming out of the fetal position,
Mhm.
I remember
Mm-hmm.
my hot water bottle,
Oh yeah.
and I'm going to squeeze it to cause water to go everywhere, but appear to come from a place that I warned them about.
Okay.
So I just
All
want
right.
to soak my pants, the seat,
Nice. Okay.
everything under the seat. I just want water everywhere. And as it's happening, I'm going to look up at the nurse and go, I told you.
First thing, I need you to roll me a d6 and add that to your precociousness.
Okay.
That's going to be your new Grumps Max. Every time you come back from a breaks, your Grumps Max changes. And the reason we did this is because if any of you actually have kids, you know that sometimes you'll put them down for a nap for 5 minutes and they'll be completely rested and great for the rest of the day. Other times you put them down for 4 hours and it's like you did nothing at all. So the effectiveness of the break is going to vary depending
Oh,
on.
that's very cool. So I go from a 4 to a 7. I am
There
determined.
you go.
I am
There
away
you
from
go.
my friends. I'm sick and tired of this adults. And
You can handle
I
more, and
remembered
your
my
brain
water
is kicking into gear.
bottle. Exactly.
So you're aiming the water bottle down,
Mhm.
and in such a way that you get yourself a nice. And Jerry recoils. God, come on,
Told you.
kid. Come on, kid. Gerald, what is this?
There's
What's
more.
child doing on my floor? Oh, get him out of here, Gerald! Get him out of here! Don't! I'm not on my nice clean floor. And then she says, "For her jaw, she's got to reset it." Oh! Jerry kind of picks you up, and he's holding you in front of him, so you're dangling off the floor a little bit. And he's got you at arms reached. He's like, "Okay, all right, okay." Just he's kind of aiming you away from him in case you decide to keep going. And he walks you towards the bathroom. Kicks open the door and kind of puts you inside. And he's like, "Just clean yourself up, I guess. I'll go see if I can find you a change of clothes. I think we've got some in the nurse's office. Look, just stay here. You stay here until I come back, okay? Okay? All right. All right, Bryson. Just stay here." And as Jerry wanders off, you can hear him saying something about community service not being worth this. Would have been better off just paying the fine, something along those lines.
And
But he has left you alone, and it's in one of it's probably the nicest bathroom you've ever been in. For one, it's an actual toilet. It's not just a bench with a hole. next to 9 other benches with holes. The sink, there's a sink, and it's not just another trough with water that might be clean. And there are these weird blanket thingies like hanging on the wall. They're like really soft and cozy. But it doesn't smell like poo in here. So this is all the nicest place you've ever been in.
Jason, you may not know this, but I'm a good kid. I'm mommy's little helper. And
Okay, you are.
the
Mom's
fact
helpers
that I
are good
have been
kids.
living in this squalor and
Mhm.
seeing this
Mhm.
makes me a little angry.
I can understand that.
So as I'm seeing Jerry kind of peeking around in the door to see Jerry go,
Jerry's gone off to see if he
before
can
Jerry
find you.
goes, I'm going to run and grab some of those blankets, the little tiny ones, the smaller
Okay.
blankets. I'm going to stuff them into a toilet,
Okay.
and I'm going to flush it before I leave.
Oh, a little
If
bit
I
of
can't have nice things, they can't have nice things.
now. I do not want to reward bad behavior on one hand, but on the other hand, I am all about sticking it to the man any way you can, especially when there's a class struggle involved.
So that's right. That's right. And I am the Antifa of this orphanage.
I love the awakening that is happening in Bryson. I love this character development of understanding the unfairness of the system that you were born into. You had no control over how the system.
You can never change it.
I have no generational wealth.
All you can do is claim the small victories that you
That's right.
can and hope someday you'll be an inspiration to others.
That's what I hope.
Give yourself a gold star. You've inspired me.
But soon after that, as soon as I'm pretty sure that I've caused a little bit of damage, I'm going to get the heck out of Dodge and head toward the toy room.
The towels plug up the toilet, and sure enough, the water starts overflowing. And it's a nice slow flood starts to, and you manage to get out and close the door before the water leaks out. Generations from now, the act of plugging up a toilet with a nice set of hand towels will be known as the Bryson.
That's right. That's right.
Your legacy lives on. All right, so you're in the hallway now. Jerry is nowhere to be seen. He's probably looking for clean pants and questioning, if that frat party was really worth it. But you're not sure where you are because he walked you around for quite a long time. But you were definitely. There's no grown-ups.
Yep. I need to try to retrace my steps. So I'm going to do the best I can, try to follow the signs, remember my letters, and figure out how I get back to the toy room.
Okay. Give me a crafty roll. See if you're paying attention.
Oh, I'm not good at this. 2 + 2, that would be a 4.
You are not good at this. Bryson, you get out into the hallway. And you just spend a good 5 seconds. Just left, no, right, no. And then you're looking at your hands, but you can't remember which way the L is supposed to look. If this is your left or no, I've got 2 L's here. Which one is the right one? But you're able to at least follow the trail of water that you dripped down the hallway back to the head nurse's office. But once you get that far, you're lost. You don't know where you're going from there.
All I can do is just start walking. So Bryson's going to make the call.
All right. He just starts walking. Going.
Did you ask me to make a roll? I missed it.
Nope, you're good.
Alright.
I'm thinking.
Oh yeah. That's allowed. That's allowed.
No thinking aloud. Just do.
So,
No.
so for those of you, for my two friends, your cleric is lost. so I may not
Yeah,
be there in
pretty
time.
much. Yeah.
Doesn't need no cleric. We'll be fine.
Belcher running down the hall across the foyer of this dollhouse, where a cockroach skitters at you from the top of these stairs. You've got the first attack. You are currently in flinging range.
I think that I think that Belch instinctively knows that like this cockroach is going to be immune to some of his stinkier, it's a cockroach. So he's going
Probably
to
so.
go with the one thing you always do with cockroaches, even though his feet are not that big, he's just gonna kick it.
Yeah, you stomped that
Kick it.
cockroach. All right. Give me an adventurousness roll.
Life doesn't have to be complicated. You can just kick things.
No, right? I mean, we could be clever, or we could just stomp the bug.
How about a 10?
Nice.
A 10?
Yeah.
How about that is a much bigger hit than I was expecting you to make. All right.
I got a 5 adventurous. I rolled
That's
a
good.
5.
No, that's good. You roll up on this cockroach, and it stops and kind of rears back for a moment. And like all good cockroaches, its first instinct is to run away, which is hard to do when there is a goblin foot that comes out of nowhere and crushes 2 of your legs. Under its I don't know, are you wearing shoes or is it just gross goblin?
No,
shoes?
it's just feet.
Barefoot.
It
Ooh.
is just feet.
Ooh.
He actually has like so much buildup on his feet that they're almost like little
They might
like
as well be
soles.
shoes.
Yeah. But
There's a crust that has formed.
yeah, he's stomping and he's going, "Don't eat people's porridge."
That's probably good you've got that crust then, because you don't feel
Right.
the legs
Ooh.
crack and crumple under you. You just kind of you hear that sound. But that's going to bring it around to the roach. It skitters off to the side, kind of, and you notice it's going kind of in circles a little bit. It's definitely favoring the 6 legs it has left. I don't know how many legs cockroaches have.
6. They have 6.
6? Okay.
Insects have 6.
It's got as many legs as I need it to have, given the situation. Okay, that's how many legs the cockroaches have.
All right.
And Belch, since you were right there, it sprays a mist at you.
Ugh.
That
Ew.
is,
I'd rather it not.
yeah, right. It's you get a few different aromas. There's definitely a hint of oatmeal there. There is a poo, definitely poo. Definitely smells like poo to some extent.
A soupçon de poo.
A soupçon de poo, a piquant poo. Yeah. But here's the thing: a lot of people don't know this. The majority of folks who are allergic to things like dust or get skin irritation, what you're actually allergic to is cockroach bits. Cockroaches are actually one of the most allergic bugs out there. Belch, let's see if you're allergic to cockroaches, shall we?
Oh no.
I'm just learning all sorts of unpleasant
Right?
facts.
Give me a precociousness roll as the bug sprays you with its cockroach mist.
This is much less good. I got a 6.
Ooh, still beat me.
Oh,
Turns out you're not one of those people who's allergic to cockroaches. It sprays on you and it stinks, but your own personal odor cancels out.
I think Belch stops when it does that and goes,
Yeah.
Really?
And the cockroach definitely looks. If a cockroach can look surprised and disappointed in itself at the same time, that's kind of the look right now. Kind of how I looked through most of college, I think, is the expression on its face. But that's going to bring it around to Brat. Brat, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, this thing is, trying to attack my friend, so I'm going to charge in.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to hit it, but yeah, I don't want to get that. I don't want to get my favorite dolly messed up. So I'm just going to try to stomp on it as well.
Okay.
And as I'm running in, I'm going to be yelling, "Stop trying to hurt my friend!" And then when I get in real close, I'm going to pause for a second before I kick it and go, "Stop trying to smell like my friend too." And then I'll kick it.
Yeah.
Copycat.
Give me adventures in this roll.
That'll be a 7.
Nice.
Oh, the cockroach skitters out of the way. So no damage done there, but it has managed to back itself away from you, and now it's on its weird segmented little legs are just kind of flipping back and forth between the two of you. Daybella.
Yes. So it skittered backwards away from.
Yeah, it's almost like it's trying to get back up the stairs that it came down. Yeah.
Okay. Do I still have the items that I have from my other game?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. I want to yell to the rest of the group, like, back away from it, back away. And then I want to. Can I hold actions in this, like in this game?
How many F words do I get? Yeah. Why the fuck not? Sure. Hold that action. Yeah.
Okay. I want to hold an action
Pulls out a
and
D20.
and try and wait until they move away, and then my hope is that there's gonna be some sort of gaseous stink cloud around the cockroach
Yeah,
from our
there is.
friend over here.
Well, he's also been shooting at his own stink cloud. Yeah.
And then I want to use my spark rock.
Oh no.
to
Is
light it on
Belch
fire.
highly combustible?
Not you. I want to try and I'm hoping that it kind of stays around the cockroach, and that's why I told you to back up, and then hopefully just that cloud.
Mhm.
All right.
Try and get that.
Daybella is. She is a bigger
I'm
kid.
gonna spark it and throw it.
and
That doesn't
she's-
work, but
She's a smarter kid. And she's got these sparky rocks that she's had that she can make sparks with when she bangs them together.
I'm gonna blow up this cockroach.
So she yells, "Get back!" at the same time that she sparks one of the rocks. So I need you two to make me nimble rolls. And Daybella, I need you
Run
to make.
away!
I need you to make me a. Go ahead and make me a precociousness roll. Make me a brainy roll and give yourself +1 because you're using your item.
Okay.
Luckily, cockroaches are not smart.
Ooh, so that's a 9.
Ooh.
It's pretty good.
Well, I got a 6.
I got a 9.
9
Okay.
for you. Nice, Brat.
Brat just throws himself backwards.
Backflips away.
Yeah,
Just
I have a
slides. He slides down the stair on his butt. Just boom. Nope. No thanks for me.
I have experience with Belch and what happens when Belch says,
Mhm.
"Back away quickly."
Back away. Because Belch is usually the one saying back away, they don't quite understand when somebody else tells it to them. There is a spark from Daybella's rocks. And a shower of sparks seems to fly through the air. And you can see as they sizzle as they kind of hit the cloud of Brat and the cockroach's scent, and there's a whoosh of fire that blasts outward. Belch, you are blown backwards.
I think I'm going to use Belch's ability of Bouncy Baby to eat a cookie and take half damage. And Belch, as the explosion is going, Belch is going to turn around and start walking down the steps with the explosion. He's going to eat the cookie and he's going to look right at Debella and go, "Cool babies don't look at explosions."
And everything goes to slow motion.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just munching on a cookie as like the hair on the back of his head burns off and
somewhere he gets a pair of sunglasses and he puts them on slow motion. And Cashmere by Led Zeppelin starts
Nice.
playing, as he's walking down the stairs. Meanwhile, the back of your Oshkosh Bagoshes have caught on fire and you're going to take away.
They're just gone.
It's a good thing you took the half damage because it would have been a lot worse. Yeah.
So how much did I take?
You took 3 ouchies. Yeah.
3 ouchies. Okay.
Where does that put you, Bell?
6 ouchies.
So that puts me at 1 ouchie left before I am real grumpy.
You know who's real grumpy is the cockroach that is on fire. And he scurries back up the stairs, trailing flames behind him. But luckily, whoever built this dollhouse must have sprayed it in flame retardant sealant. Because
it's a rich kid's dollhouse.
Rich kid's dollhouse, not gonna set on fire just because you've lit one cockroach fart.
Weird,
right? However, the cockroach has left a little gift behind.
Oh no.
Good
or bad?
I'll be the brave one and go look.
And it depends on who wants to go look at it. Yeah, there's just like a lump of.
We're all just
stuff.
No.
So yes, I'll go look at it. Also need to look and see if the make sure the cockroach is gone, not just kind of like got out of our sight and turned around to wait for us.
No, it's skedaddled.
And Belch is not going to go look because they're so distracted because for the first time, the scent, like the lingering, like is kind of burnt off, and they're just going, what is that? Is that me?
No.
Is that what I smell like when I don't smell like me? Oh. Yeah, you have a little bit of an existential crisis there when you.
Yes.
Yeah. Part of your personality has literally been burned away. Yeah.
Do you know how long I cultivated?
Exactly, gone.
Sorry. I didn't know.
Better than getting eaten by a cockroach.
Is it?
I don't know.
I think so.
I think
it looks pretty bad for the others.
There is a pile of grayish, greenish goo that the cockroach has left behind. You don't know where it came from, which end of the cockroach it might have come out of, but there's something shiny in there. You can see the glint of something amidst all the pile of goo.
Is there like a stick or something where I could poke the shiny without getting the goo on me?
Give me a nosy roll. See if you can find something suitable to poke at this.
That would be a 9 total.
Oh, all right.
Fire.
You know, the nice thing is when you have an explosion, there's usually a lot of detritus. So you just find a smoldering part of the stairwell on the ground, and you just kind of start jabbing.
Okay. Could also be a cockroach leg.
Or it could be a cockroach leg. Either way.
It's a smoldering something.
Yeah.
It's a smoldering something.
Okay, so I'll see if I can poke it and figure out.
Yeah, you do manage, and you find first of all, there is a bag, a plastic baggie and it seems to be full of cookies.
Nice.
Nice.
There are 4 cookies in that bag.
What
But
was
there's
the top?
also, and this is a little strange, probably not lucky for whoever it used to belong to, but there is a lucky foot amidst.
I don't like how you did not say what kind of foot. That's
I-
very.
it's a foot.
It's a foot.
It's
Does
a
it
foot.
matter?
Yeah, but whatever foot you want it to be is what kind of foot
I
it
don't
is.
want it to be any
Oh,
foot.
Brat, what kind of foot is it? I'm dying.
What kind of foot is it, Brat?
Oh, clearly it has to be one of the cockroach foots.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This is a lucky foot, regardless of who it came from. But as long as you hold on to this thing, Brat, you can add +2 to your ouchies max, so you can take more ouchies damage.
Nice.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
The foot will take the hit for you. Yeah. You guys could have had a lucky foot if you would have dug around in the cockroach vomit poo.
Not everybody can be Brat.
So I will be nice. I will come over and I will say, I found cookies. I already have some, so do you want the cookies?
Belch kind
Oh.
of looks up and goes, I would like some cookies. They're
You
having
can
a
have
very
'em.
hard time at the moment.
I got some cookies. You can have them.
All right. So you give them all to Belch?
Yeah.
Very, very generous. That's
Okay.
nice. You keep the foot.
Yes.
Belch will keep the cookies.
Bro, we gotta find Bryson and we gotta get big. Which order do we do it in? Do we get big and then find Bryson, or do we find
Was
Bryson
Bryson
and then
in
get
here?
Bryson.
Well, Bryson didn't come with us, so we probably need to get big first. Otherwise, it's going to take a really, really long time to, walk to the door of the toy room.
Oh, that's true.
Bryson, you hear the unmistakable sound. You've been wandering the hallways for forever at this point. Probably 30, 40 seconds.
5 years.
Forever. You're getting weak for hunger. And, oh, you'll never see anybody again. Oh. You hear the telltale sound from behind you of clumping grown-up feet. But these feet kind of sound weird. It's not just the clump, clump, clump that you're used to. It's more of a clump, drag, clump, clump, drag,
Oh
clump,
no.
clump, drag, clump. You don't like it. Doesn't sound pleasant.
I find a door and hope it says toys.
You can jump on the first door you see?
Yep.
All right. Heads or tails?
Tails.
You jump into the first door that you see and close it quickly behind you. Inside the dollhouse, a closet door of the dollhouse
Nice.
suddenly opens
Uh-oh.
and then closes.
Can we hear this?
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from down the hall. You hear a door just randomly open and close.
Another cockroach.
No.
Better watch
Cockroaches
out.
don't open doors most of the time.
Maybe they're like velociraptors.
Oh.
Well, cockroaches aren't the size of dogs either most of the time.
It's
Yeah.
true. We just be very careful. We go look.
Well, we're hunting roaches.
Okay. So
What's the order we're going in here?
well, I think I'm the furthest up the stairs, so I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, Belch will go after Brock.
I'll go behind them.
Dangerous place to be behind Belch.
Right.
It's safe
She's-
for the
she's
moment,
new.
but for how long?
Bryson, as you open the door and sneak into this room, you have found your way back into the toy closet. The three of you, as you head down the hallway, and you see this door, it is open and closed, and you can tell from the sound which it's like a hallway closet at the end of the hallway. The door is closed now again. Anybody want to open it?
I'll go look at it. I'll look at it.
Okay.
It says, Daybella, there's actually a sign
Can I
above the
read
door.
it?
Yeah, you're old enough now. You can read.
I'm a big kid now.
I'm a big kid now. It says, toy closet. You never noticed this door before.
Toys. She opens it.
Inside the room is a coloring book picture, like someone's ripped a page out of a coloring book of a dollhouse. And the door on the picture of the dollhouse seems to open like a pop-up book. Bryson, where you are, the dollhouse, you see a dollhouse in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And the door on the dollhouse seems to open all by itself.
So I'm going to get on my hands and knees.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can try to get eye level so I can look
Sure.
in as I'm crawling and heading towards the opening door.
You're heading towards the open door. And it looks like there's a doll on the front porch and it's dressed. It's dressed a lot like Wayne. But then it's getting bigger. And so is the house. And you're suddenly crawling on the front porch of this house. In the closet, Daybella, this paper dollhouse door has opened. And you see a paper figure in one of the paper windows. And it's waving at you.
No, it's dollhouses all the way down.
Is waving like that?
It's waving like that.
I close the door.
And you reach out and you close the door.
Yep.
As you close the door, for a moment, your hand goes two-dimensional.
Ah.
As you make contact with the door, but you close it, and there is and standing in front of you, all of a sudden, is the paper doll person that you saw waving at you from the window. They're now 3 feet tall. They're still two-dimensional. It's like a giant paper doll. And they're patting themselves. I'm free! I'm free! You freed me! Thank you!
She just kind of put her arms out. She's like, "Oh yeah, sure."
I've been trapped in there for years. You freed me.
They're still two-dimensional though.
They're still two-dimensional. She does a little dance, and it's just like when she turns to the side, she disappears. Like there's nothing. There's no. And then she comes back around, and you see the back of her dress, and she's doing a little dance. She can't move. I mean, she's just kind of like rocking back and forth because she's just paper. But she just keeps singing, "I'm free, I'm free. You freed me from the curse. You freed me from the curse." She dances out into the hallway, where she sees the three of you, and she's dancing around. I'm free from the curse. Bryson, the door shuts behind you. and you hear, "I'm free, you freed me from the curse."
So if it's okay, I'm going to stand up and look at Plastic Wayne
Mm-hmm.
and go, if you get a break, I think everybody gets a break. So what do you think? A 10-minute break? We'll be back in 10 minutes?
We'll come back in
All
10 minutes.
All right, beautiful.
Okay. Yay.
All right, we are back, and as you can see, we're having a terrible time.
It's just awful.
So we've got a two-dimensional new stranger. Bryson is after grabbing Wayne. Action
Okay,
figure
you're grabbing
Wayne.
Wayne? Okay.
We leave no kid behind.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab action figure Wayne, and I'm going to head towards the noise, hoping I find my friends.
Okay. Upstairs, your new two-dimensional friend has shifted from I'm free to oh my god, what is wrong with you all? What is you have depth? There's 3 dimensions. She's freaking out all of a sudden. Her two-dimensional brain cannot comprehend a 3rd dimension. Where is this terrible place that I am?
It's okay. It's just like where you're from, but more. It's gonna be okay though because you can turn invisible, and that's pretty good for being in this world. So, I think it's gonna be okay.
And don't worry, we know people as shallow as you.
I don't know what shallow means.
It's explain depth and metaphorical depth.
I don't understand. I only know height and width. Height and length. She turns around and looks back towards the drawing of the dollhouse. And says, "You have to take it out of here."
The drawing?
Yes, you have to get it out of here.
Why?
Because you'll be trapped like me if you don't. And she reaches into, well, she doesn't really have a pocket. She reaches into nowhere and pulls out a simple line drawing that like a 4-year-old would do of a house.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "This is what was in my dollhouse."
You didn't get it out?
I did. And now I'm in here, in this strange dimension.
Oh. So where will we go if we take this one out? The 4th dimension. We can now hear time, so that's good.
I'm still gonna use the width. Bryson, you make your way upstairs.
Yep, clunk, clunk. You can hear the
Clunk,
feet
clunk,
of
clunk.
the feet of Wayne.
The sound of
feet of
plastic
Wayne.
being dragged up a stair.
And when I get up there, I'm immediately like, and I run over to Brat and I put my hand on Brat's forehead to take Brat's temperature. And I run over to Belch and put my hand on Belch's forehead, check their temperature. And I run over and I go, "Oh, you got things growing." Oh no.
Oh, they're nice. Don't worry.
So I'm gonna put my hand on Debella's forehead and check her temperature.
Debella puts her hand on his forehead and she's like, "Hello, it's nice to meet you."
And then
Maybe this is his custom. I don't know.
You've been locked in this dollhouse for a long time. You don't know how things have changed out there. Yeah.
Maybe
then
this is the thing.
I'm gonna turn to Paper Girl and go, "You don't look so good."
Very
I've
thin.
never felt better. And
Very
actually, when she turns to the side, she's not invisible anymore. There's a little bit of depth there. And her joints also seem to be articulating, segmenting a bit.
Belch's eyes get really, really big, and they run over and they grab her arms. They go, "I know how to do this!" And go like this.
like pop out like a sheet, like a balloon.
Yeah, like a towel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
Like you do
fluff them
like
up,
a
like
like a garbage
blanket.
bag, right? Like
Yeah, fluff them.
More dimensions
sorry,
means
I'm
more
so
to hurt.
Does it work?
Yes, it works. Of course it works.
Of course.
How could I not let that work? Belch
Jesus.
grabs this poor paper doll girl by her arms and whoomp, like they're shaking out a towel. And she goes, and that sudden intake of air fills up the inside of her all of a sudden. And there's and now she looks like one of the dolls. Like she has acclimated to the dollhouse. Thanks to you violently popping her. And she's still got, I mean, she got no fingers. She just got molded plastic hands, but she's marveling. Oh,
We're getting closer.
what am I?
I'm gonna walk up to her and hand her a cookie.
Ooh.
She holds it between her flipper hands. What do I do with this?
Belch,
Wait.
show her.
They'll take one of their own cookies and they'll mimic just like biting into it, and then they'll just Cookie Monster style straight into their mouth.
She just ow. Put her whole cookie in her mouth.
Go to it, like remember? To it. Mhm. And then they're right.
I'm still getting used to the idea of inside, but oh my goodness, that was amazing. Is that what 3 dimensions is like?
Sometimes
I feel more real.
Belch will look over at Bryson and he'll be like, "Do you think I could be one of those? What did you call them? What did you call chiropractors? Is that what you said, Bryson?"
You have to
Right
sell.
in alignment.
You have to sell her essential oils.
Oh, I got some.
I got lots of oil.
Belch reaches into a pocket and pulls out some very smoothed out earwax and be twice a day.
Essential.
Now, if you sell her essential oils, then you can be a chiropractor.
Okay.
What I don't have is what do I do with it?
You just put it on yourself and it'll make your skin glow and then you'll be happy.
She scoops out a bunch and just smears it. Am I happy yet?
That's just something you gotta ask yourself. We can't. No.
So happiness comes from within,
Yeah.
Yeah, within Belch.
Sometimes in your head.
and this burning sensation comes from without. Am I getting dimensions yet?
It's working.
It's working.
The closet door that you're all standing in front of opens by itself again. And the closet door in the picture that she's holding opens as well.
What?
And from where you are, sounding from outside of the dollhouse, back in Lady Chastity's, there's the sound of like a giant door being opened.
We should hide.
Okay.
Where are you gonna hide?
I don't know. What's the room look like?
Well, you're in a hallway looking at the closet right now. Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so Daybella's been in this house before. Can she
Mhm.
try and remember a room that might have had?
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
Stuff?
there's. I mean, there's
Yeah.
the rooms are pretty much. I mean, there's the room where you shove all the doll kids to get them, the creepy doll people to get
Oh
them
my
out of the
God.
way.
Okay. There's lots of things to stand behind in that room.
There's it's great. We can hide forever in there.
We're not going to the creepy doll room. Nope. Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
all right. Out of
So
sight, out of mind.
she's gonna like start walking down the hallway and point to
Mhm.
like one of the rooms and
Mhm.
be like, "Shh, everyone, be very quiet."
Okay.
And we'll say it's like a bedroom, and she's
Yep.
gonna try and like hide under a bed.
Okay. You sneak into the bedroom, and the bedroom window looks out into the larger dollhouse, the larger world. I mean, this is the window you were staring at when you saw the kids coming towards you.
Mm.
There is a giant lizard kid coming towards you can see his giant lizard head coming towards you, and he's got little doll arms that he's holding in his slightly smaller hands, and you recognize Yig, the weird kid who sent you off on his quest in the first place.
That bastard.
Daybella knows Yig. Yig sent Daybella to find the powerful magic as well. And he's looking into the window, and you can see him reaching towards the door.
Gig, no.
You said Yig, no?
Daybella's, yeah, she's gonna like
Yeah.
get out from under the bed and just be like, "Stop! Stop it!" Waving
He
her
freezes.
arms around.
He sees you. His eye
Jake,
gets
don't touch
real big up against the window. And like it changes in the light as it dilates to do.
Don't touch the house.
Hey, Bella.
Yeah.
Except it's good girl. You.
Everyone, welcome Tom Hardy. She's
He
just
sounds
waving
like
her
Tom
arms.
Waits all of a sudden.
Stop it, you jerk! Don't.
How did you get so small?
I don't know, but I'm blaming you for it because you sent me over here. So you better figure out how to undo the small.
Did you find the magic item?
I kind of forgot about it because of all the small part.
Should I reach in through the window or the door and pull you out?
I don't think so, right?
But he already has doll hands. Will they get any small? I mean,
What if he used the doll hands
Yeah.
to like grab us
Exactly.
and pull us out like a crane machine?
Can we ask Wizard Man where the magic is?
Am I Wizard Man or is Yig Wizard Man?
I wanted. I'm turning to the three of you. I'm going. He wants us to find a big magic. We need some help. Directions.
Yeah. I mean, this is.
I think we're in Big Magic.
I think there's a thing in here though too.
Belch will put their hand on Broad's shoulder and they'll go, no, this is little magic. Remember? It makes us little. It's not big.
Little magic.
I'm going to throw Wayne out the window.
Meanwhile, in this corner,
Do you open open the window, or you just smash him on the glass?
I would open it.
Administrating Wayne over here.
Oh my
While they're having it, while Dave Bella and Nick are having a discussion, don't come in the house. Why can't I come in the house? Bryce, when you just go over the window and just push Wayne out.
I just
All right. Bryson has wandered over to another window, pushed it open. Anybody else paying any attention to what he's doing, or
I think we're busy arguing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Belch is just kind of watching in
little
shock.
versus big.
Like,
just kind of manhandles Wayne over, gets him up against the window frame, and defenestrates him, which is a word that means pushing somebody out of a window.
Defenestrate.
Yep. Pushes him right out of the window.
Sorry.
You see Toy Wayne tumble out the window, past the dollhouse, past the table the dollhouse is on. And as he falls, he gets bigger. And he starts to regain his regular size. And when he slams the floor, poof, he's back to regular Wayne again. He stands up. He looks at himself. He brushes himself off. He looks into the house and says, I remember everything that happened. And then he runs out the door, down the hallway, and you never see him again. Yig, meanwhile, is absolutely...
We need to
The
weave.
house is the magic.
We need to weave.
Told ya.
One.
So we should just
And he-
run out?
He starts to pick up the dollhouse.
Uh-oh.
I need all of you to make me nimble rolls.
oh no.
He's gonna shake it?
Well, how do you want to get out of the house? What's your plan? How are we getting out of the house? Yig doesn't seem in any. He's just more interested in the house. He doesn't care if you're in it or not. Whoa.
I got a 3.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Ooh.
I rolled a
I also got a
9.
10.
Jeez, you guys are all good. Except for Dave Miller.
For me.
He picks up the house, and it all starts. Everything in the house starts to shift towards the front of it because he's holding it at an angle. And the three, Bryson, and Belch, you're kind of like climbing on all of the furniture. You work your way down the stairs, and the front door has flipped open because of the angle. And you all hold hands, and you jump off the stairs, and you slide down the carpet towards the front door, and you fly out of the door. Debella.
Mm-hmm. Hi.
Hi. Would you roll again?
3.
You start to run, and you realize your little two-dimensional friend doesn't know how to run.
Hold on a second. Wait. I have look at me. I can help.
Okay.
Ooh.
I can roll, and Mommy's little helper can
Mhm.
make the same challenge roll and add half their score to the first player's score.
You can. I'll let you go ahead and do that. You got the cookies for it?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm out of cookies though after this.
Okay.
On my die, I rolled a 6.
Okay. So that's a 3. That puts you up to a 7.
3.
Everyone is
me at-
sliding.
well, a 6.
That puts
right?
it's half of what he rolled. It gets added on to yours.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
She can't run. You grab her by the hand. And you are trying to pull her through the house. The house is, she's like, I hate extra dimensions. Oh! The door, you're at the top of the stairs. The door, you can see it's about to close again. And something tells you, if it closes, it ain't opening up again. And now the house is the other way. You're running uphill. And right as the door closes, a hot water bottle comes out of nowhere and catches, keeps the door from shutting. And the three of them, little fingers, pry the door open, and it's Bart, Belch, and Bryson, and they reach their hands out, and they grab your hand, Daybella, and they pull you and the doll girl out. And right as she's about to come out the door, the doll girl lets go of your hand.
I knew it.
It's too many dimensions for me.
No.
And the four of you fall out, and the door closes behind her as she stands in the foyer, just waving. Thanks for the wet flush.
Thanks for all the way. Bad.
That's what's going to get you. The four of you fall out, and as you somersault out, you get bigger and bigger. And when you land on the floor with a thump, you are back to your regular size. And Yig is standing there with the dollhouse. And he sees the four of you. What was it like in there?
Bad.
What did you see?
It was bigger on the inside.
There was somebody with you. There was a doll girl with you. Where did she come from?
A drawing.
A drawing of what?
House?
People and houses.
There was another house inside.
Mm-hmm.
He holds the dollhouse closer. There was another house inside. And he starts to look around at the walls. And he's slowly backing up. Maybe we're in another house inside.
No.
And he turns around and he bolts down the hallway, carrying the house.
That's not good.
And he's like, maybe we're inside. Maybe we're inside.
Belch is going to look over at Brat and go, we're not getting those cookies, are we?
He's running down
I think
the hallway
Iggy
with the
needs
house
some,
over his head. We're inside. We're inside.
I think Iggy needs some of the nurse's special medicine.
Mm.
Why, Lord knows I do.
Bryson's going to turn to Daybella real quick and go, are you good in a food fight?
Ooh, I think, yeah. I bring my own.
So I'm gonna give you the follow us symbol.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Are
Jason.
you guys following after Yig, or what's?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stays a few steps ahead of you, and he sees that you're following. He's like, "Yes, come on, come with me.
You owe me cookies.
We're going to learn the truth."
Yeah, that too. Sure.
And he runs to what seems to be the front door of the orphanage. And you're standing in a giant room you've never seen before. You've never been in this part of the orphanage before. It's a giant open way. And in the middle of this area is a giant stairwell that goes up and then splits off to two onto a second floor. And you realize it looks a lot like the inside of the dollhouse. And Yig is walking towards the door, and he opens it. And there's a flash of blinding light coming in from outside of the orphanage. And as he starts to walk towards the outside, a voice says, "Stop! Go no further." You all turn around, and standing at the top of the stairs is an older woman. She's all blue. You can see right through her. You realize she doesn't have any feet. She's kind of hovering. She's floating a couple inches off the ground. You've never seen her before, but you've seen her picture every day of your life, looking down at you from the cafeteria, from the nurse's office, from the bathrooms. It's Lady Chastity. She's been dead for 150 years at this point. And yet her ghost stands at the top of the stairs. Tells you, wait. Don't go any further. Do you know what waits for you out there?
Does it have cookies?
Among other things, there are cookies. But they're not the cookies you know, and they're not the cookies that you think that they are.
So Bryson is going to take Belch's hand, or Belch's wrist. And he's going to take Brat's wrist
Mm-hmm.
and make the two of you hold hands. And then I'm going to grab Belch's hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to offer my hand to Daybella. So that hopefully if she takes my hand, the four of us are all holding hands. And I'm going to say, it can't be worse out there.
If you go, you can never come back.
Now
Good.
I really want to go.
When we went through the door to the rich kid area, it was better. Now you're telling us not to go through the door. That's what the nurses always told us. Don't go through the door. And we found better.
But think about it. Children, you are characters in a game. If you walk outside the door of Lady Chastity's, the game is over. All of the amazing things that you can do, the farts that you can make, the mushroom people living in your head that tell you things you want to know, the balloons that never pop, the boogers that always stick, they'll be gone. You'll become real. And you'll get acne and have to pay taxes. And cookies won't make you powerful, they'll just make you fat.
Can I find a job so I get health care?
No.
Not if you live in this country. But if you stay here with me, you can be children forever. The adventure will never end. You'll be safe here. You'll be more than you could ever be out there. I can protect you if you stay here with me in the game.
How would you know? You're still here too.
Who do you think created this?
Well, I don't know if I believe you on that one. It seems to me like you got in here and you really liked it here and you stayed here forever.
Because it's so much better in here than it is out there.
Maybe to you.
Out there you get old and you get wrinkles. And you can't just take a nap and feel better. And when you go, you're gone for good. But in here, we can always bounce back. Stay with me, children.
You can
Bryson,
tell that Belch. I'm sorry.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, it's all you.
You can tell that Belch is thinking really hard because they're scratching their butt a lot. But
Is that
nothing.
where his brain is?
but nothing is going on. It's a complete vacant stare, like from up top. But they're vigorously getting in a good scratch to.
Bryson's going to look to all of you, let go of your hands, and go, I'm going to start a podcast. And runs out the door.
There's a flash of light. And for a moment you see Bryson. He's older. Much older.
Okay, careful.
He's like 16. Oh my
And
god.
he's-
He's so
and
old.
he's sitting in front of a microphone. And he's wearing headphones. And he seems to be talking to himself. But there's a look of satisfaction on his face.
You forgot
You
Devilishly
cannot-
Handsome, but go ahead.
Nah. I think Belch is gonna look over at Brat.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Yeah.
Run your own game, Shipman. Belch.
Yeah. Belch is waiting for Brat, I think.
Let's see. 1 wall, 2 wall, 3 wall. Looks at the door. 4 wall, and he runs through the 4th wall.
Nice.
Don't break the fourth wall! Brett, your life is not always easy. You have to solve things head on sometimes. You don't always have the fact that you are slightly bigger than everybody to fall back on. And even though you face challenges, you overcome them. And even though, on the whole, you're glad for the decision you make, there will always be sometimes you'll think back to the bruiser you used to be at Lady Chastity's. I wonder if you should have stayed, but at the end of the day, as you run your fingers through your luxurious beard, growing up was the right choice.
Belch will look over at Dabala and go, "Bye, Mushroom Lady," and then look over at the "Bye, Ghost Lady," and just walk through the door.
Takes a long time, Belch. Maybe longer than you would have ever thought you'd need it, but one day you wake up and you realize who you really are. And it's never easy, but it's always right. And sometimes you just smell really bad. But that's okay. Lady Chastity looks at you, Daybella. You've been here longer than most. The adventures that you've had, the things that you've seen. Why would you give that up?
Because I've already seen everything.
Have you? There's always more
so.
to see. There's
But I
at
think-
least 2 more books worth of stuff to see.
But I think that there's lots of stuff out there too. And she's gonna hold out her hand. She's, you can come too, you know.
Ooh.
I couldn't. I've been here too long. I'm part of this place now.
Have you tried?
Well, no. But this orphanage is who I am. This story, it's my name on the title. This is, what is this place without me? I couldn't possibly leave the children who are still here. The ones who aren't ready to go yet.
Well, I hadn't thought about it like that. Adults have a lot to do, huh?
Even the ones who aren't real.
Well,
You could stay. Maybe someday you can be the ghost who runs this place.
ooh, nah, that's okay. Maybe I'll come back to visit or something. And she's gonna
You
start
can never
walking
come
up
back.
the door.
You can never come back. Daybella steps to the door.
I believe.
You don't hear the mushroom people anymore. They're not on your head anymore.
Yeah.
But you never feel alone. Because you know that someplace, somewhere, there's another little girl with a locket with pictures of two dead people who aren't her parents.
Lord up.
And that makes all the difference. Take that. Yeah. You thought we were just playing a game with some babies and fart jokes, huh?
All right, guys, we're going to go to
Hey,
credits and come back on the other side. We'll
Oh
be
my
right back.
gosh.
Yeah.
All right. So normally we do plugs last, but then we after discussion, I want to do plugs first, then discussion. So we'll start with you, Jason. For those people
Yes.
that don't have this game yet, where should they go?
Right. You can go to Amazon if you want to give Jeff Bezos some more money. But I can understand if you don't. You can get PDF copies of the book through Drive-Thru-RPG. You can also get copies of our books from your local bookstore. If you ask them to order, like Lee, if you ask them to order Babies and Broadswords, they can get you a copy. We've got 2 books right now, Babies and Broadswords, the book with all the rules. This is our core rule book. And then the Crawl of Cthulhu, which I think Lee's got right there. That's our first official spin-off supplement in the Babies and Broadswords universe. Coming soon to... There we go. Ooh, it's nice. Coming out soon in physical copy, we've got 100 Acre Heist, which is our tribute to Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, nice.
Which is also playable with the Babies and Broadsword system.
Oh,
so we created characters for the characters in the book. So you can actually, if you want to play as Pooh in Crawl of Cthulhu, you can do that. We made it. It's a special class. And then coming out in a couple months is Bathfinder, which is our pirate-themed Babies and Broadswords adventure.
Oh my god!
We're putting the finishing touches on that.
Oh,
but evenfootinggames.com is all of our games, all of our merch, all of our stuff. That's where you should go. Evenfootinggames.com.
And if we want to support you even more, where do we go?
Oh my gosh, we have a Patreon as well. If you just look under, if you search in Patreon and Even Footing Games, it'll pop up. So we are a collective of people who are making these games in our part-time, basically. So any support goes to paying book fees, goes to paying publishing fees, goes to helping us support our webcasts and our podcasts and stuff like that. We haven't paid anybody yet for all the work that we've done. So it's nice to just maybe break even. So if you can put a couple bucks in our pocket through our Patreon, that'd be great. You'll get access to special content, special classes, special adventures, just we throw goodies at you. We're going to start doing more physical stuff, so bookmarks and stickers and stuff like that.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, check our Patreon out.
And Lee, for everybody watching, was like, yeah, that was great. Where do I get more Lee? Where should they go?
Yes. If you want more Lee and Jason, really, we
Nobody
are.
says that.
I do every week.
Don't mention that I'm there. They
Hey,
won't listen.
I
Yeah.
like Jason. We are on the Abstract Adventures podcast. That is anywhere that you download podcasts. We do have a Beacons page where you can find. We have some videos up on YouTube. I'm almost caught up, so you can actually watch those in actual time for with the episodes as they come out. We have Instagram, we've got Twitter. You can find us all over there. I am going to be in some upcoming projects for a series that we're doing on YouTube. It's going to be called Roles Revamped, but that is all sort of coming soon. Don't know everything about it, so keep an eye out
Very
for that
good.
if you want even more Lee. So.
Well, I appreciate you pinch hitting for us, Lee. It was huge and a pleasure to play with you.
Yeah.
Maeve,
great.
speaking of podcasts.
I'm actually up and running now. Yay!
Yay!
All right. So yeah, I have my own podcast now. It is an RPG anthology podcast called Foxtail Games. And basically what we do is we pick a game we really want to run and we run it for 6-8 episodes and then we go on to the next game. So we'll have a rotating cast and we're having a lot of fun right now. We're running Curse of the House of Rookwood by Nerdy Pup Games. It's Umbrella Academy meets Fall of the House of Usher. And if you like horror games, please come listen. It's fantastic. You can find it on every podcatcher that's out there. In a couple months, we'll be jumping to our new season, which will be Slayers by Spencer Campbell. Also a great system. You can also find me hanging around on Project Derailed. I've been in one of their seasons of Fables Around the Table, which is another RPG podcast, playing Rebels of the Outlaw Waste. Super fun, post-apocalyptic tank girl type game. And I'm also on a regular guest on Caped Chronicles, which is a masked actual play. So I am freaking busy.
You need more podcasts.
Donald, what are you going to plug?
Well, so I'm boring. I don't do stuff like these guys. So I'm actually going to plug someone I might have plugged before, but that's fine. It's another indie group that Craig introduced me to, called A Couple of Drakes. So Sean and Avi Drake, they do a lot of game systems based on Forge in the Dark, which is a derivative of Blades in the Dark. They also have a couple of solo games, one of which is called Dead Belt. You play a scrapper going into a ship that may or may not be haunted and may or may not have problems. And the specific reason I'm bringing that up is they're either just starting or just about to start a jam where they're actually releasing an SRD to the Dead Belt engine for people to play with, to make new ships, make new contracts, completely revamp whatever you want to do with it. So if you look up A Couple of Drakes, I think it's coupleofdrakes.com. I know they're on itch.io. You should, and look for them on Twitter, Sean Drake and Navi Drake. They should have stuff up there about it.
Yep, and Sean and Navi have been on the podcast. They've been on our streams as well. We're going to be doing their game soon, and you'll see Donald again because he's part of the cast. We're going to be doing their Court of Blades game, and then we've got a fun thing in the works that will include Navi and Maeve as well. So keep your eyes open there. All right, so we have a tradition. We steal it from the Gauntlet podcast, and that is a thing called Stars and Wishes. So, Lee, the idea is that each player, not your character, each player comes up with a star and a wish. So your star is, what was a moment during the session today that really stood out for you? And it could be a particular person's performance, a particular moment or whatever, but like what would you label as the star for today's session? And then for wishes, if you get a chance to play with us again, what do you wish for?
Ooh, this is good. I think that for my star, I want to say just like the intro to the different houses. So I guess that would be Jason, but yeah,
Yep.
like the 2-dimension versus like the door versus the drawing, everything. I feel like that was a really fun way to kind of just show what was going on with the houses and all that. I really like that. And I was definitely like very entranced when we were describing it. So that would be the star. A wish. Uh, I think it went quite well. I wish, I guess, maybe just like more time to play next time. I always just want more time.
I know,
I
I'm
like
so
talking to the other characters, so yeah, that would have been more fun. But I mean, I'm coming in halfway, so can't do much about that.
Donald, stars and wishes.
So I'm sure this was purely accidental, but Jason's voice for the stick figure sounded to me like the gingerbread man from Shrek. And I just kept having this mental
The
image of
2D.
the gingerbread man while you were doing all
Yeah.
your body language and stuff, and just
Unintentional,
trying
but
not to laugh.
probably did it on purpose without realizing I was doing it on purpose.
Yeah. And then wishes is a little difficult because my big wish I've been hounding you about enough. You've already mentioned that, which is getting a chance to play Court of Blades on here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to
So-
play that. All right, beautiful. Maeve.
My star goes to Lee. You stepped into the middle of this and rolled with it perfectly. And like Craig and I have been playing together for several years now. Like, you know, Donald's been playing with Craig for several years. So like we all kind of have like that thing going on, and then you just rolled right into it, straight into the chaos perfectly. and I love to see that. I love when, you know, you can, when someone feels comfortable enough to step in, and then also when they're just like, they just have that talent of like, this is where I'm at, this is where we're going to go and roll with it. So you get the big star for that. As far as wishes go, I mean, and I agree with Lee. I always wish these games could go longer. I would love, Jason, for you to come back and do another game with us. Maybe you know, just like play something with us, and maybe this time
Yeah,
you get to play
absolutely.
instead of run.
Oh yeah,
And
Yeah.
we'll do something.
Jason's a very good player.
And Babies will also
Great.
be on a later season in the podcast, on my podcast, no doubt. It's too much fun.
I love that. I love
Too
that.
much fun.
All right, Jason, how about for you? Stars and wishes.
Stars for me. I don't know. For some reason, the part that tickled me the most was you throwing Wayne out the window.
Poor Wayne.
That was so.
But that's how a kid works, right? The kids experiment,
Yeah,
right? They
no, I
drop
got
things,
it.
they
Yeah,
throw
but-
things.
Like that mental image of you just tossing him out the window was just that was delightful for me. Wish two wishes for me. One, I would love to run a game with you guys where we're not necessarily where we can take our time.
I agree.
Yeah, like I you know, there's a little, well, not a little bit. There's a lot of railroading that goes on with these live games because you want to fit everything into the time that you got.
Yep.
And I'd love to run a game where we could just take our time. Yeah. And yeah, to mirror Maeve, another star was I would love to come back and play. Like I would love to come back and just bother somebody else. Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, so real quick, my stars and wishes. Stars. I have to say the ending. Jason, as soon as I got a smell of where you were headed, I'm like, oh, I'm all in. This is phenomenal. You handled it really well. You kept the levity where it needed to be, but you added another depth to it, which I really appreciated. It could have gone very wrong, and you handled it perfectly. So hats off on the ending.
I was very nervous about even trying it.
Oh, it was really it was good, Jason.
You
It was
almost
good.
had this trans girl crying until you said
Yeah,
I
no,
stunk.
it was,
and then
it
you
was-
said I stunk, and then we're
Yeah, no, it was really, really good. And I'm a little pissed off at Maeve because you stole my wish. So I've got two wishes, which is I would love for both Lee and Jason to come back to the channel. I know I can get Maeve. I already have booked Donald and Maeve for some more, but I'll be bugging both Lee and Jason to come back because
Absolutely.
this
Yeah,
was not
we'll
long
be
enough to
back.
hang out together.
Mhm.
Last but not least, you've watched 2 episodes of this. You watched all of the first one. Now you've watched all of the second one. So I appreciate you watching as well. Take care. For those of you watching live, we're going to do a raid after the stinger. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Howdy, friends. Thank you for watching. All our content is archived and organized in playlists on the Third Floor Wars YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you could like, follow, subscribe, and even set your notifications to this channel on YouTube and Twitch, we'd appreciate it, and it'll make sure that you catch all of our content. I talk with creators, designers, and experts across the gaming landscape in every episode of our podcast, Tabletop Talk. Open up your favorite podcatcher and search for Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars. Support your creators. They make the content you love, and it's your support that makes it happen. If you want to help us, go to Third Floor Wars on patreon.com, and you can help us for as little as $1 a month. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care.